Welcome back to Algebra 2, Chapter 3, Section 3. Let's see if I can hold it up without dropping my stuff in this book. And this time you see it doesn't say Goal 1, Goal 2. This is review. Section 1, 2, and 3 are all review. So if you need more of this one than I'm about to show you, go watch the Algebra 1. I can do them slower and give you lots more examples. Okay. Graphing and solving systems of linear inequalities. That sounds so fancy. So let me translate. Remember, a system of linear equations, or it's not one, but two lines, graphed on the same piece of graph paper, where they meet, where they cross, is the solution. But instead of being equalities, these are inequalities. That means we are going to have greater than and less than symbols. And if you remember, the greater than and less than symbols are Pac-Man, and he wants to eat the one that is more. Okay? So we're going to graph two inequalities on the same piece of graph paper, and what gets colored twice is considered the solution. So here's our first one. It's red, and we have x plus y is less than or equal to negative 6. So remember, you pretend it says equals, and you make your if-then chart. So first I say if, and because there are no exponents, I only need 2 points, because between any 2 points is a straight line, and I know this is linear because there are no exponents. There's an x and a y and no exponents. So first I say if x is 0, it goes away. Y, we're pretending it says equals negative 6. If x is 0, y equals negative 6. And now we make y 0. We put a 0 here, and then x is negative 6. Now we plot these 2 points. If x is 0, y is negative 6 is right there. And if x is negative 6, y is 0 is right there. Because it is less than or equal to, I draw a solid line. And I can do 2 things here. I can solve for y, which would be minus x, y is less than or equal to negative x minus 6. And I see that y is on the less than side. Pac-Man does not want to eat y, so I colored the less side of y. Everything under the line gets colored, and I colored it red. The other way to do it, sometimes that's easy, sometimes it's not, is to, if there's an easily identifiable test point, you can test it. And the origin 0, 0 is clearly not on this line, so I can try it. 0 plus 0, is it less than or equal to 6? No, 0 is more than 6, so I don't color the side with 0, 0, I color the other side. Okay, so here's my other one. So I'm going to say if x is 0, y is negative 4. If y is 0, x is 2. 4 divided by 2 is 2. And see how I do those in my head and don't write it down? I want you to also. This is one thing I want you to do in your head and get fast at it. Alright, so then it's just a greater than sign, so I draw a dotted line. And then which side do I color? Well, I can do the test point because it's not on the test point at all. And I can say all of this becomes 0. Is 0 greater than 4? No. So I color the other side that doesn't include the origin. The other thing would be to do minus 2x to both sides, and then I'd have negative y is greater than negative 2x plus 4, and then I have to divide everything by negative 1 because y is not alone, it's being multiplied by an understood negative 1, so I have to multiply by a stood negative 1. Math jokes are slim and far between. We have to laugh when we can. But then if you divide both sides with a negative, what do you got to do? Flip it. Flip it. So that gets a little more complicated. Now we have y is less than 2x minus 4. But, so we do the less than side of y again for the green over here. So you can do it either way. Sometimes the easy way with the origin doesn't work because the lines are going through the origin and you can't tell if it's ended or not, and then you have to pick some other weird point. So, you know, either way is fine, however you want to do it. The other thing is you can solve them both for y and do it on your calculator. It'll color it for you, and then you just look and go, ah, and your calculator doesn't forget to flip it. Flip it. Alright, so that's how you do that. If you need more help with that, go watch the Algebra 1 tape. Okay, now what about if you have 3 things? Let's do 301. Crazy, just getting crazy. All right, so we pretend like x is 0, so we go to the x and put a 0, and then we say no matter what, if y could go up or y could go down, but x is greater than or equal to 0. And x is greater than, so this is the big side, and this is the little side for x, so I'm going to color the greater than side for that one. Now y. So I go to y, I say y equals 0, and then x can go up or x can go down, but y is greater. So I'm going to color this greater side of y. So far the answer is quadrant 1 because it got colored twice. But wait, we have a third one here. So we're going to make our if-then chart. If x is 0, y is 24 divided by 3, which is 8. If y is 0, x is 24 divided by 4, which is 6. So I'm going to, if x is 0, y is 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, put a dot. If x is 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, y is 0, put a dot. This one's a solid line because of the or equal to. And now, which side do I color? The top or the bottom? I can solve for y, or I could, but the origin is real easy to see. So I can fill in the origin here. And 0 plus 0 is 0. Is 0 less than 24? Yes, it is. So what's going to get colored is this. Now the answer is what got colored 3 times. And what got colored 3 times is this. Your book just shows that. The answer to this is what got colored twice. The solution is that. If you have a color calculator like mine, not the pink, but the screen, it's a little easier to see than the black and white calculators. Like this one, sometimes it's a little hard to tell what got colored 1, 2, and 3 times. But you'll get used to it. You'll get used to your calculator. All right, so that is graphing and solving systems of linear inequalities. If you are not all that great at this, go watch the ones from Algebra 1. And I'll do a whole lot more examples, and that will help make you stronger at it, all right? Come back next time for 3-4, and we're going to get to learn something new again. Yay! Math is great.